So I am teaching at various YMCA's. So I teach up in Lebanon, I teach at Blue Ash, and I teach at um, Landon, YMCA,
Okay.
which I really like. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I teach various classes, but I also teach at a studio up in Westchester called Grace Tree Yoga Studio, where I teach prenatal yoga. And that's probably where my passion lies when it comes to yoga, because I love helping moms. And I turned 40, and it was actually my 40th birthday. I kept having problems with my lower back, and just my body was not working right. I couldn't walk. I walked with a really bad gait, and I couldn't just get myself together. So I went to a doctor, and they kept thinking it was my back, and it wasn't. And they finally did a CT scan and found out that my hips were growing into my pelvis. I couldn't walk, and I had to have hip replacements. And that was the only way that was going to correct that situation. So I had the first hip replacement on my left hip, since that was the worst one. And that went great. You know, I thought sure everything was going to start working out fine for my body. I was still unfortunately walking with a cane, and I still kept doing it. Then 3 months later, we did the second hip, my right hip, and I fell right after surgery. And then I got nerve damage, and so what we thought was going to fix something made it worse. So I kept having just the hardest time getting myself back together, getting motivated. I was gaining weight. I was taking pills that were making me just blow up, and I didn't know what to do. Unfortunately, my daughter was diagnosed with MS at a young age, and she had been doing yoga, and she kept saying, "Mom, why don't you try it?" And so I did, and I went, wow, this is great, you know. Kept doing it, and I went 2 days a week, and then it didn't hurt so much, and it started to feel good. And I didn't know what was making me feel good. Was it going to be with a community, or was it going because my body was moving a lot more than it was? Mm-hmm. I would lay out my mat, I would throw down my cane, and I would do what I can. I would bring a chair, because they did have chairs available, because I would go to the Blue Ash YMCA, and I put my chair and use it if I needed it. And after a while, I didn't need a chair. After a while, I didn't need a cane. And after a while, it was just there, and I flowed, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. We went on a family vacation, and I was doing yoga, and I was looking at the Pacific Ocean, and I went, I think I want to do this. And that's what happened. Mm-hmm. How to center themselves, how to find themselves, how to be patient, how to be kind to others. And it's not easy. If anybody knows, it's not easy. I'm the one on the road.
What is a fun fact about yourself that people probably don't know?
I am a Harley mama. That means I ride my own Harley. I have an 883 Custom. It's lowered down to the ground. You don't see many women of color riding a Harley, and you don't see many women riding a Harley. You mostly, or any other motorcycle, you see a lot of them on the back of the motorcycle, and there's very few women that are out there riding. Oatman, Arizona, and it's a small mining town, and all of a sudden you hear this rumble, and you see these bikes coming up the hill, and I just remember turning around and looking, and I see that they were all women, and they were all on Harleys, and I went, that was the first time I went, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to really truly ride in a pack of women. And I've been fortunate enough to be in a good group of women that have ridden, and it's fun. It's exhilarating. It's powerful, you know, that you can control something like that. Kind of like you can control an airplane. It's the same feeling. It's that, wow, I didn't know I can do that. And I think a lot of women don't realize what they can and can't do until they actually do it. We have a lot of power and a lot of strength. Yeah, I'm a unique soul. I like country music. I love a good country song, and I think every station on my car radio is country.
Do you have a fear of flying a little bit?
A little bit, and it's only because it's not a fear of flying. It's a fear of, I'm claustrophobic. So if I'm in a room for a long period of time that's really small, then I start to feel like the walls are closing in. So longer flights is something that I haven't been able to do very well. My longest flight was to Paris, and there was something I took that helped me that was prescribed, but that and a glass of wine to help me get through the rest of the flight. I think everybody should travel. If they're stuck in the same place all the time, they're never going to notice anything or learn anything. And everybody's minds will be closed. You have to open your mind to new experiences and new places and new things. If you're ever going to grow as a person or a human being, you have to get up there and go. You have to go and explore and see what else is out there. And I think you have to do that, and your mind gets to be broadened just by going to a different place, even if it's just to the west side of town.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
My favorite is a steak and potatoes. I just love a good ribeye. A big, giant, bone-in cowboy ribeye is probably my absolute favorite. And I am a snob when it comes to my steaks. It's got to be medium rare. It's got to be perfectly cooked inside.
You send it back if it's not?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But 5 years, I'd like to have my own studio. I would like a section that's devoted to prenatal, to prenatal health, for women's health. I'm outgoing, I'm loyal, and I'm a good friend.